Greetings, Coburn here, and this one's going to be a little bit unscripted, but, excuse me, I just had some lunch. I had to chug it down because I've got to go out to family in a bit, but, yeah, what you see here is a piece of shit box that my friend wanted me to repair, and, well, yeah, it's a computer that keeps on giving, because, let me just say that when I first got it, it was a bloody mess. What happened is my friend traded something for this machine, and yeah, well, it's a Core 2 quad and 4 gigs of RAM. As you can see, it's using the stock cooler, and I tidied up some of this cabling. Like, this was all loose. This here is just a clusterfuck. I'm not even going to bother with that. But this thing, now, from what my friend told me, his friend of a friend actually installed this around the wrong way. Now, you'd think there's a vent over here that is supposed to have the air coming this way. And, of course, this would be underneath this is a case for multimedia center PC. You'd have it for, my friend wants to use it for streaming. So what happened is these were all populated with other cards like a SATA 3 and IDE that says fire hazard, do not use, which is stupid. Because, I mean, if it's a fire hazard, don't use the fucking card. Why would you use it? Anyway, I'm getting a bit tilted, so you have to forgive a bit of the shouty. But, we've also got a Shuffire 250 1GB one. I think it has a busted HDMI port. I am not sure. I will have to test this at Sev, but I'm just going to be replacing it with I think this is a 5450 in there at the moment, but I am not keeping that in there. I've got a GeForce GT 1030 coming in from my supplier to put in this machine. So, again, my friend wants to use it as a streaming machine. He wants to put a VPN on it so he can watch Hulu and all that because it's American. And it also had Firewire, PCI Firewire. Who the fuck uses this? I don't even know. And it also had a sound card that was one of the Asus Exona DG, which is one of the ones I've actually have, but the driver support is so bad that it randomly crashes under Windows 7, unless you've got some third-party patches, and you also have Windows 8.1 and Windows 10 don't support it natively unless you actually physically, no, not physically, but you got to get the right drivers. So right now it's got Windows 7 Ultimate I'm installing on it. Unsupported because it doesn't even run Windows 10 properly. It just bombs out. So yeah, the fans are running as normal. Got to tidy all this up. I'll reroute some of the cables. But what happened is this is really tilting me over here. Well, actually, I've got the discs here. The person that actually built this machine decided to put 2 of these laptop hard drives in there, and this one's a 250, and that was a 40GB one. And I think I do have the footage, so hey, future Coburn, please go and post-process this and slap in the footage that you got on your iPad, because I know we recorded it. But other than that, yeah. So, you may be thinking, well, this looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Because whoever built this PC didn't really understand the principles of building a computer. You do not put a power supply and direct it into the case. You want to have it go that away, so then all the hot air can get out that way. So what this person's done is, if you look over here, they're directing all the shit that's coming out of the power supply, like the heat and stuff, and going on the graphics cards, and add-on cards over there too. So yeah, no wonder things are not a bit too toasty inside the case. And this is just one of those under the box, under the monitor, or slash, what do you call it? I forget what it is. It's a media center. Thank you. Anyway, I'll have to do that post-processing, but anyway. So, yeah, pretty much it was all clusterfuck under here. Under there, I'm not sure if I can put it up there, but yeah, this was all just bleh. And not only did we have a, like this was over here, we had a cable going from this one over to like the SSD here, so the SSD was on a dedicated thing, but then all sorts of shit happened, and I'm like, no, fuck that, we're just going to go with an solid state drive for the boot, and we'll leave it as that. My friend's happy with that, because all it is going to be a streaming box, as I mentioned. It's going to be used for Hulu, so who needs a fucking drivers of that? And yeah, that's my graveyard of coolers. The reason I keep them is because I have some old boards, and yeah, go from there. But You can see all the carnage over there. I just dumped them there. I don't really give a shit anymore. Probably go to e-waste, but anyway. So what happened here is there was also one other thing. I'm trying to find where I put it. Bear with me 1 second, because I had it in a moment. Where was it? Oh yeah, here it is. So you may be wondering, okay, so what my biggest dilemma was, this SSD didn't want to come up, but if I mounted it into my Workbench's Digitech SATA adapter, it worked fine. So this SSD came up, and I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck is the board not recognizing the SSD? Why is it working in the SSD? I mean, why is it working on my USB thing and not on this? So after a few days of umming and ahhing, I'm thinking, okay, maybe the petition table, I need to reinstall Windows, and I did that. I bootstrapped it using this, and then I put it back in here. It wouldn't come up in the BIOS. I'm like, fucking hell, really? You're gonna, do the ultimate shit on me and all that? Turns out, and you'll laugh at this, get this. This cable was inside the inside the case, right? I thought it was attached to the power supply one. It was one of these. Like, if I was to grab this, see how like that there? See, this one's all connected to the power supply. See, it loops into there and goes over to there and all that, which is fine, which is great. But the thing was, this here wasn't connected to anything, and you can just see how the mnemonics there is? Yeah. I saw red when I saw that. I was like, you fucking... Who the fuck puts a cable there and just leaves it unplugged? And I didn't even unplug it. It was just there. It was just like lying on the bottom. Okay, yes, I understand that some of my is failing to check the thing, but it looks so much like the other ones. I didn't even pay attention, so, Anyway. So, yeah, but it looks like Windows 7 Ultimate and is working as it should, and I'm just going to set it up right now. We're in Australia, of course. So, yeah. It's a bit tight. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but... Oh. What? Yeah, okay, the keyboard repeat rate's a bit fucked up on this. Oh, one other thing. I had to use PXE booting on this machine, or network booting for those who are not sure what PXE is. But, yeah, it turns out these connections here are like USB 1.0, and it's so fucking slow, it's not ridiculous. It took me 45 minutes to try to boot into Windows 7 off USB, only to have a blue screen and crash. So, yeah, I had to, like I said earlier, bootstrap it off through here on Musashi, which is a donated rig, and she was happily, installing Windows 7 to it, and then I basically went and did that. So we're just going to say user for the username, but I'm just going to call this a shitbox because I fucked it up. SHIT box. No password. Yeah, Windows that. No, we won't worry about our Windows updates, and we'll just set the time to the correct one. Anyway, setup will continue after we start computer, so. Anyway, so that's pretty much the end of the video. I'll have to post-process this, and hopefully I'll remember. I've got to go out to family, but I'll hopefully try to do that before I forget and upload this video. So thank you again for watching, and I tell you guys, being a computer repair guy that sorts out old shit, it's a blessing and a curse, because I mean, this is a Core 2 quad. It's one of the rare 9400s that is like the top of the tier ones, but yeah, it's yeah, I don't really recommend it, to be honest. But yeah, okay. that's the end of the video. Thank you again for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff if you really appreciate it. If you want to, no strings attached. But yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.